Hello everyone, welcome to Blush and Muse Makeup Studio. I'm Azia and today in our studio I have created this evening shimmery look. Now to achieve this look I have gone ahead with a half cut crease with loose shimmer. And for shimmer I have used golden shimmer because it goes perfect with this black attire that I have picked out and accessorized it with these golden hoops and this golden wristwatch. So if you want to go ahead and achieve this look, please keep watching. So to begin with, I'm going to start by applying concealer on my eye that's close to my skin color. So I'm going to take a small blender and using my Shopperell palette, that's my concealer corrector palette, I will be going ahead and I will be applying the concealer on my eyelid. So I'm just going to use the blender and I'm going to blend away. So this is a color that's a little bit close to my skin color. And I've gone ahead and blended it out well. Okay, so once I have blended the concealer on the top of my lid, what I'm going to do is I need to set the concealer so that there is no crease lines and it becomes really simple and easy for me to go ahead and apply shadow on the eyelids. So I'm going to take a dusting powder. So I'm using the setting powder or the dusting powder that you can say from Shopperell, and using a powder brush I'm just going to gently dab on the top of the lid so that the concealer is set. Now to do this semi-cut crease, what I'm going to use, I'm going to go ahead and use a pencil brush and I'm going to mix two colors from my palette. So the palette that I'm using is the Shopperell Carnival XL. So the colors that I'm using right now is Vex and Lights Out. So that's almost a gray and a black color. So I'm going to take this brush and I'm just going to quickly outline it. So there you go. Not too big of a line, but I'm just going ahead and giving it shape. Okay, now you see that there is some of the shadow that has fallen out over here. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a flat brush and again I'm going to go ahead and use my concealer palette and I'm just going to go ahead and give it shape. There you go. And once again, with the help of my blender, I'm just going to go ahead and blend it. And we will again apply setting powder. Just a little bit. Now, for the area that is from the inner corner to the outer corner, I will be going ahead and using a tape because I'm trying to go ahead and get a sharp look. So I'm going to go ahead and take this paper tape and I'm just going to go ahead and place it over here at my eyes. So I'm looking at sharpness, so I have placed it over here in the upwards direction. Now I'm going to use one of my small blending brushes, and first I'm going to go ahead and apply the transition color. So I'm going to use a color that's from this palette, that's basic, that's the transition color, that's a light brown color. So I'm going to use that with a little bit of dark medium brown, rather not dark brown, and I'm just going to go ahead and first blend it at the corner for the sharpness. and then just put it the inner corner. So you see, I'm not going too much in the inner corner. I'm just a little bit in the mid of the lid, and I'm blending it in the outwards direction. And I'm going to take a clean blending brush. This is a big brush. I'm taking a smaller brush, and I'm just going to blend it. And then I'm going to take a small brush, take a little bit of black, and I'm going to start with the outer corner and give it a nice sharp shape, and then gradually go to the mid of the lid. So I'm just giving very gentle strokes over here. Once again, take a blending brush and just blend these two colors together. Blending is the key point. You just need to keep blending so that your makeup and your eyeshadow look always looks great. So the more you blend, it looks like, you know, you even if you use two colors or one color, it, you know, gives a uniform look to you. So I'm now going to remove this tape from my face. Okay, and you can see the sharpness that it's got. Can you see that? That's great. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use shimmer. So I'm going to start with first I'm going to use some shimmer from my shimmer palette. So I'm going to use a bit of gold. I'm going to try it out with my fingertips. And just put it all over the eyes. Just a little bit at the inner corner. Okay, and now once again with the pencil brush, I'm just going to go ahead and give it a little bit of shape. So that it gives me a little bit of sharpness. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the second eye for you. So as you see, I'm done with the second eye as well. Both the eyes are done, and I'm going to go ahead and just give it a little bit of touch up since we have applied glitter. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it a little bit of touch up. I'm just using my pencil brush and just giving it some shape. I'll do that on the other side as well. There we go. So we have both the eyes done. And now we will start with the base. So I'm going to quickly wipe my face and we'll then apply the foundation. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a wet tissue and I'm going to go ahead and remove all the excess powder or shadow dropout that we have. So I'm just taking this wet tissue, and as you see, all the powder and the shadow is coming off. So I'm just going to go ahead and have a clean base. So I'm going to use a cleanser that's from Cetaphil. I'm just going to dab a little bit on my cotton pad, and I'm just going to cleanse the face with it and the forehead. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just spray a little bit of toner on my face. Just wait for it to be absorbed on the skin. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply my moisturizer and my primer. So I'm using the Inside Primer 3-in-1. So this already has a primer. This primer already has moisturizer in it. So this time I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and use the primer on my face. And I'm nicely going to go ahead and blend it in. And then I'm going to start the next step. So before we go ahead and start with the base, I need to go ahead and correct these dark circles that I have over here. So I'm going to take a big brush and I'm going to use an orange corrector for these blemishes that I have. So just gently going to go ahead and dab away. So just make sure that you just, with a light hand, just go ahead and have little application. Or if you also want to, always have your trustworthy and your close friend, the blending sponge. And then I'm going to go ahead and apply concealer, a concealer that's close to my skin tone. So you don't need to drag it, just go ahead and dab away. Doing the same on the other side. So if you have, if you have dark circles, you can use the orange corrector. If you have red problems like pimple, acne marks, or red spots on your face, you can use the green corrector. And we are done. We have color corrected and concealed our problem area, that's the blemish. Just put a bit of concealer over here where I just think it's a little bit dark. Just blend well. Okay. Now, once this is done, the next step that we will be doing is we will be going ahead and we will be applying the foundation. So the foundation that I'm using is a foundation from MAC. So I'm mixing two colors that suits my skin tone. That's one is fair, that's NC15. So I'm going to use a little bit of NC15, and I'm then going to use the second color, that's a dark color. So this is NC 45.5. So I'm going to put a little bit of that as well over here on my mixing palette. Sorry for the noise. Okay, and then using a spatula or your finger, you can just go ahead and blend these two colors so that they form your shade. And always when you're mixing two colors, even though you know that this is, a color that you normally use, it's best to go ahead and do a test on your neck once you've made the color, and just see that it gets blended into the skin. So as you see, this blends pretty well with my skin. So we'll go ahead and start with the application of the foundation. So I'm going to use my damp blender and I'm going to start with the foundation application. moving my hair that's dark. Okay. Never miss out your ears, because your ears are also an important part of your face, and it's very important to have foundation over there as well. So we're almost done now with the foundation application. On the entire face and the neck. Now once we have done with the foundation application, I will be going ahead and using a contour that's from our Shopperel palette. So I will be going ahead and contouring the face. So using a contour brush, I will be going ahead and contouring the jawline to give it a sharp and a chiseled look. So I'm going to start right from near the ear and give it some shape. Now since I have a double chin, I'll just go ahead and apply a little bit more near the chin area and do the same from the other side so that we have a nice shape. And some contour on the hollow of our cheeks. Now I'm going to use my blender and I'm just going to go ahead and blend the cream contour and do the same. So make sure that when you're applying cream contour, you blend it in the downwards direction. And we are done with our contour. Now I'll just take a little bit and I'll apply it on the nose to give a shape, a nice elongated shape to the nose. So applying some contour on the nose as well. And we shall blend it. Now after we've applied the contour, I will be going ahead and I will be using a highlighter, a liquid highlighter. So the highlighter I'm using is from Tarte and it's the shade 22N. So I'm going to use this on the center of my forehead, the ridge of my nose, a little bit on the under eyes, Cupid's bow, and a little bit over here. So take my damp blender and blend away. So we have blended the highlighter on the forehead, on the nose, on the Cupid's bow, the hollow of my cheeks, and my under eye. So blending it in an upwards direction. Now, once this is done, the next step that we will be doing is we will be applying the cream blush. So the blush that I'm using today is a blush from Insight, and it's a very small and a cute blush. It's something that you can even travel with. and this is the color Raspberry Gelato. So I'm just going to take my finger and apply blush over here and apply some blush on the other side. And again, I'm going to take my blender and I'm going to blend. So I've taken it from the apple of my cheeks to the temple. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So when you apply a cream blush and then apply a powder brush, it gives you a very nice and a very, shiny and glowy blush look. So I prefer to first apply, some people go ahead and apply only powder brush. I prefer to apply, cream and then powder because it gives a really, really nice look. There we go. Now once we are done with all of our cream application, I am going to go ahead and with the help of my powder, that's from Shopperell, my setting powder, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with the under eyes and I'm going to set my makeup. So I'm first applying it on the under eyes and I'm applying a generous amount so that if there is any, this can stop any sort of creasing or, getting the, if there's sweat, what happens is you just get some lines or there are big creases from, and in some cases, your foundation and your concealer also come off. So I'm just taking a generous amount and I'm going to go ahead and dab away. And then I'm going to do the same on the entire face. On the neck. Oopsie. So that was a big goof up that I did. Had a lot of powder that fell off. So now after I'm done with the setting powder, I'm going to start with the powder application of the products. And before I start with the powder application, as you see, I have a bit of foundation on my lips. So I'm just going to take a wet tissue and wipe it off. There we go. So I've got the foundation off, and now I will be going ahead and starting with the powder application. So to begin with, I will first go ahead and I will be using my blush brush and I will be going ahead and I will be applying blush on my face. I will be using the iMagic blush palette, and I will be going ahead and applying blush on my face. So I'm just going to apply a little bit on the nose, a bit on the chin, and some on the cheeks. And I'm just going to take a big blending brush. I'm just going to go ahead and blend it. And then I'm going to, once I've applied the blush. I'm going to use my contour palette from Glam. I'm going to take a small brush. We've already used the contour on the cheeks and on the jawline, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take a small brush and I'm just going to go ahead and give a little bit of contour on the nose. Not too much, just a little bit. So, you know, it gives the nose a nice shape. So, till now what we've done is we've used the cream products. That's the foundation, the highlighter. We have concealed and corrected our blemishes, and then we have set the face with setting powder, and now we have gone ahead and applied blush. We have contoured the nose, and now I will be going ahead and I will be using my highlighter palette, and I will be going ahead and applying highlighter on my face. So now what I will be doing is, as I mentioned, I will be going ahead and I will be using the highlighter. I am using the highlighter from Ofra, that's Glow Up. So I'm going to go ahead and just take a little bit of highlighter and just go ahead and apply it on the apple of my cheeks. Blend it well. And do it on the other side as well. Some on the ridge of the nose and a bit on the tip and a little bit on the cupid's bow, and to give a little bit of a more shiny and a glamorous look, I'm going to take some highlighter and I'm going to go ahead and put it on top of my lid. I'm going to go ahead and take a small brush and I'm going to take a little bit of this silverish highlighter and I'm going to put it near the tear duct area. And just a little bit further down the lower waterline. Same on the other side. Just go ahead and take it a little bit outwards. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a little bit of kohl. So I'm going to use my kohl pencil and I'm not going to go ahead and apply kohl right from the center. I'm just going to go ahead and use a little bit over here, that's towards the end, and I'm going to take a pencil brush and a little bit of shadow and I'm going to smudge it, just a little bit of shadow, not too much. And I'm going to do the same on the other side as well. So just midway, not covering the whole lower lash line, and a little bit of shadow. much. And now, the last but not the least, lipstick. So I'm going to use my palette that's from Forever 52, and with this look I'm going to go with somewhat of a nude but a glossy look. So I'm going to use the shades of brown. Before I start applying it, I'm just going to go ahead and take a little bit of dark brown and give the shape to the lips. So by going ahead and outlining your lips, it makes it very easy to go ahead and then fill in the lips with the desired color. And it also goes ahead and, I mean, if you have thin lips, you can go ahead and overdraw on it and you can give it the perfect shape. So here we've outlined the lips. So now that I've outlined the lips, I will now be filling it. I'm going to go ahead and filling it with a nude lipstick. So I'm just taking a nude lipstick from our palette and I'm going to apply it. So whilst I'm applying this lipstick, I'm going to also go ahead and give it a little bit of a glossy look because that's going to look really nice. So I'm first going to fill it in with the nude lipstick and then apply some gloss. And now for some gloss. So you can use any gloss. I'm just using a local gloss over here. So I'm just going to take some gloss on my brush and I'm just going to generously apply it. So it gives us a glossy look. So we are done with the lipstick application as well. And last but not the least, setting spray. So I'll spray the setting spray on my face so that my makeup lasts longer and stays for a longer time. So we are done with the setting spray and now I will be just going ahead and applying some brow shadow. So I'll just going to go ahead and shape my brows and I'm going to fill them. I'm using the PAC palette for filling my brows and shaping them. be applying some mascara on my eyelashes. And some on the lower as well. So guys, here's the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed creating it. If you have any suggestions or feedback for me, please mention them in our comment section, and stay tuned for my next video that's going to be on a black smoky eye nude makeup look. So till then, keep watching. Bye bye for now.